Hello, welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. I have very, very little time. Now, trying to reveal Optimal Optimus and Transmetal 2 Megatron. Now, I'm sorry, we had a very harrowing night last night. We've got to leave, even if we have to just sell this house as is. As disrepair as kind of this house is. We've got to move out of this neighborhood. Anyway, it's been nice for 20 years, but it's not the same neighborhood when my grandmother-in-law first moved in. Anyway, and the owl has I believe has flown the coop. I think he's on his own. So I printed this one. It was too big to go into a top loader. Here is this Transmetal 2. I originally did a video with this, and it was just I didn't like it. Plus, some stuff on the Optimal Optimus was wrong. And this Transmetal 2 Megatron is wrong. This one is actually correct because I wanted him also to have a half Decepticon and half Predacon, just like Optimal Optimus is half Autobot, half Maximal. So without much fanfare, let's just get into it, okay? And we'll look at Transmetal 2 Megatron first. I'm going to be using this as visual, but I'm going to be reading off this. It should be exactly the same. Transmetal 2 Megatron. Both of these characters are actually 14-star characters. I have 2 5s and 4 stars and a 10 and 4 stars. So they are both 14 stars. They're both health of 21. Megalomaniac, Transmetal 2 Megatron is a leader, plane, beast, and ranged in alt mode. And he only has 2 modes. Because he never really changed into another mode in the show. I think that his toy actually had a 3rd mode, if I remember correctly. I've got it somewhere. I think I still do. And actually, on this one here, which is just the same size as a regular card, I want to get it the same size as this. I want this to be this size here, like a 5x7, so they can be larger characters and not a 3.5x5. For his bot mode, which is here's his bot mode. And again, these are kind of wrong, but again, like I said, I'm not using this. I'm just using this for the reveal. Let's go back at his alt mode here. He's an attack of 4, health 21, defense of 3. He has bold 2 as the dragon. When you flip to this mode, you may put an armor from your scrap under this. If you flip this character at least 2 times this turn, do 2 damage to 1 enemy. So kind of twin twisty going on here just a little bit, but it's not an armed hovercraft. You're not hitting everybody by 1. You're hitting 1 enemy with 2 damage. At least, if you flip at least twice, do 2 damage to 1 enemy. He's got a lot of traits up there, and an attack of 4, bold 2, so he's got that going for him too. In bot mode, and if you can see very well from this, he's got, originally I had only 3 traits on him in bot mode, but then I realized he could fly in bot mode. And so he has the helicopter trait. I corrected that as well as giving him 2 factions, being a hybrid faction. So he's a leader, helicopter, ranged, and melee. So he goes from ranged to melee, and he goes from plane to helicopter. I did that also with Waspinator. We've already revealed Waspinator. So in bot mode, Transmetal 2 Megatron has an attack. His attack goes up to 7. His defense comes down to 0. He loses his defense in bot mode. But this has defense and pierce equal to the amount of cards under this for battle. So, and the verbiage is all the same here. I made him an SRT, and he's number 24 out of 30. Actually, 25 out of 31 is now that I got Transmetal 2 Dinobot into the mix. He was the one I was missing. And so that's Transmetal 2 Megatron. So when you flip him to Alt, if you have an armor in your scrap, put it under him. When you flip to this mode to attack, then that gives him, you're actually building up his defense and pierce at the same time for his bot mode every time you flip to Alt mode. This might take a minute, but let's go over Optimal Optimus. Gee, it just doesn't want to fall right. Anyway, let's start with his Alt side. If you look in Dropbox, you can see that. I always have their bot mode is their name. Their Alt mode is their name in Alt. So you know which side is which for the most part. Optimal Optimus has a 4-sided figure. So you're going to need something or somebody, or like the who is the one with the Metroplex deck character card that is just that looks like this on this side. You could use that, I guess, and cover up which side you want to be in. It would probably be because I want him to be big. I've got him big on purpose. So it's the equivalent of 2 of these, and not just tiny in like this size or anything, because he was bigger. But this is 5x7. I printed it out. It actually printed. Probably the last thing my printer will print, because I'm out of black ink now, I think. So hurry, let's quick. I'm out of time. I got to log in for work. Alt Mode 1, Optimal Optimus, a double sparked prime hybrid. More than just megalomaniac. Again, 14-star character. There's always something different in each of these guys, this guy's modes. He's a leader, plane, and ranged in Alt Mode 1 because it's his plane form. He has an attack of 3. Again, his health is 21 for each mode, and a defense of 1. When you flip to this mode, do 1 damage to 2 different enemies. So, like Transmetal 2 Megatron, when you flip him, you can damage 1 enemy by 2. But here you're do 1 damage to 2 enemies. So you got flip, 1, 1. Boom, that easy. I don't know if you could see that or not. In Alt Mode 2, when in this mode, gives tough 2 to each character on your turn until end of turn. On your team until end of turn, excuse me. So he's going to be giving tough 2 to the rest of your other characters. 14 stars is a bit high. I think 21 is about the right health for that. Again, he's got the same health as Transmetal 2 Megatron. When the monkey, he first transformed into monkey, he came up and did this and completely covered up the entire team with the shields. That's why I gave him tough 2 in monkey mode. That's Alt 2. Alt 3, we flip him over, is his tank mode. Whoa, let's go back. Alt Mode 1, leader, plane, ranged. Alt Mode 2, leader, beast, specialist. So yes, even not only is he just a beast, but he's also, that's changing as well. And then tank, he's back to ranged, leader in a tank. In his bot mode, finally, he's only a leader and melee. So he's a melee, he's ranged, and he's specialist. But only one of those traits is in play at a time, depending on what mode he's in, of course. In tank mode, he has tough 2 with attack of 4, defense of 2. So his defense is pretty much 2 around the board. Okay, that's wrong here. It's got 4 and 2 for his alt mode 1. His alt mode 1 is actually 3 and 1, not 4 and 2. So I need to fix that. Just notice that. But bot mode, attack of 5, defense of 2, that's right here. So let's look at bot mode, and that's going to be it for this video. In bot mode, our Optimal Optimus Double Spark Prime Hybrid is bold 2. When this bears the Matrix, gives Pierce 1 to all other characters on your team until end of turn. So, guess what? He can wear this Matrix. He can wear the other Matrix because he's both an Autobot and a Maximal Predacon. Because this is for Maximals only. The other one, our one from Wave 1, is for Autobots only. He's both. He can wear either one. So if he's wearing the Matrix of Leadership, when this is on a leader, each of your other characters has +1 to attack and Pierce 1. But this is also going to give Pierce 1. So now this is going to give Pierce 2 to all your other characters. At 14 stars, I guess you could have some of the really little guys. 2 of those and maybe a star card in your deck or something, or a stratagem. I might, speaking of stratagems, I've made a few, but not many. I think I made one for Pterosaur, and I want to make some more. I want to make some more stratagems for some of the Beast War characters. But this is really all I have time for, guys. I've got to log in for work. I just had a very rough night. But the final Transmetal 2 Megatron is a hybrid. He's a Decepticon and a Predacon. This was wrong. That's why I nixed that video and was doing this one instead. So I want to just thank y'all for watching. Thanks for following along. We'll see you next time. And as always, oh crap. Flip out and let's roll.